What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure.
So you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis Gemz.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gemz.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. What they do.
Hi.
Aces and June.
Yes. Hello.
Into the tribe.
All right.
How y'all doing out there?
They're doing marvelous.
I bet.
Yes.
So yeah, we back with another one.
And another one.
And another one.
And another one. Yes. Yeah. All right.
So you ready to get started?
Let's get started.
So yeah, we back with chapter 6.
Wow.
With the sliding versus deciding.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
How you come up with these things?
Listen, I be coming across stuff, everyday life. So I be like taking little notes, listen to some keywords, and you just kind of, go ahead and do what you got to do.
Gotcha.
There you go.
So yeah.
Yes.
I'm your boy DP.
All right now.
This my girl T.
Hey y'all.
And we Gemini Gemz.
Yes, we are.
That's Geminis with the S.
S.
That's Gems with the Z. And what we do, T?
Hey, yo, we drop them gems.
We drop them gems.
Hey, so before we just get started, going straight in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, today is a beautiful day.
Is it?
Like, the weather outside is
Brightful.
Amazing. This time changing. At first, I was like against it. But now, when I wake up, I'm like, wait.
Not when time fall back, though.
But when time fall back, it gets darker sooner.
Right.
And I'm just like, no. But now on the flip side, it gets brighter in the morning. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take it. I like it.
Okay, yeah.
I just want to share that.
Okay,
Go ahead.
that's what's up.
That's
That's
all.
what's up. I ain't mad at you.
All right. So what we doing today?
So before we get started,
all right, okay.
We want to make sure you all like, comment, subscribe.
Hello.
Make sure you put like a note in the description or a comment below.
All right.
You get what I'm saying? So we can get your feedback. Send us an email, a text, hit the notification button, and the subscription button.
Talk to us. We talk back, right?
Right.
All right.
So, go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and like the video.
Bloop.
Go ahead and subscribe.
Bloop.
All right. Drop a gem for them.
All right. You know what we also should add to? Like tell them to tell at least 5 other people about us.
I like that.
So every time that they come across a video or, come across Gemini Gemz, just help us spread the word. Be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and send this to like at least a couple of people.
Yeah.
And then, and thank you. And spread the word for us. We really appreciate it.
Right.
All
Hit
right.
us up on Facebook, something. And share it from there,
Right.
Because, you know what? People actually be asking me, I'm looking for you, but I can't find you. I'm like,
How?
You can just type it in the browser,
right?
And you can find us. Last night I looked us up on Apple Podcasts.
Okay,
right. And I'm like, wow, we are official.
All right,
like the referee whistle.
Official,
right?
Okay,
you get what I'm saying?
I love
So
it.
we out there. You get what I'm saying? Somebody sent it to me, and I was like, that's what's up.
Thank y'all.
You get what I'm saying? So for the ones out there, we appreciate you.
Yes, and for the future ones that's going to be out there, we appreciate y'all. Listen, appreciate in advance.
Yes.
All right, this is y'all advance.
Let's drop another gem.
Hey, for all advancements. There you go.
All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started, T.
All right. So
which one you want to do? Sliding or deciding?
But where we left off on? What we left off at?
Toxic love.
So toxic love, right? So now that we gave our opinions on what toxic love looks like to us, right? Mm-hmm. So now we kind of we still in the house, right? So we out of the bathroom, so we wandering around the house, right? Mm-hmm. And so now I feel that after we identify the toxic love, after we kind of clean ourselves up in that bathroom, Now we need to be like, you know what? How can we avoid it? What do I need to do? And in mine, I'm like, hey, decide versus slide into something too quickly.
Right.
You get it? So a lot of people tend to slide into things very fast.
Yep.
A lot of people don't have the patience like it really takes to invest in a really healthy, successful relationship.
I definitely agree.
And because the attraction is there 1st, and then after the attraction, it's like we kind of miss some steps, and we going ham. But in the midst of it, you really not getting to know that person. In the midst of it, you probably also losing yourself because you so drawn in to the other person
by
that
the
attraction
Okay.
that you're probably trying to make sure you just keep them happy. So whatever they likes are, now is becoming your likes, and you're just like kind of fading away. Not to say it happens with everyone, but I just feel that we need to decide, meaning, hey, let's go out. Let's spend time together. Let's give it some months, 3, 6, 9, a whole year, whatever you feel that it would take. Because honestly, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they never went out on a first date until a whole year after them talking over the phone.
Wow.
And I was like, I like that. And people need to, like, whatever works for you, right? I know that's in another industry, whatever they got going on, but they didn't rush into something. So if people can probably just take the time out and like, you know what? Let me go ahead. Let me decide if I want to continue this. But guess what? Everything takes time. All right? So it's like, how can we decide more, and what are the right ways to a slide? Like, what is the right approach to decide versus we just diving something on in, we sliding in, we finna jump off the cliff, like we finna give it all within a week or 2 weeks, be like, wee, we free. But it's like, you don't know what's down there.
Right.
It could be some rocks down there.
Right.
It could be some sharks. It could be whatever dangerous. It could be some shit down there that might kill you, but you don't know because you just like, let's go, bish, and you fly like Superman. No, it don't work like that. So
Right.
that's what we bring in today, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah. So this concept I really was not introduced to at a younger age.
Same here.
Right?
Okay.
So, I kind of looked up some of the information. And so what I found out was that with sliding, it's more of the convenient route.
Okay.
Right? It's more common and more comfortable for individuals to slide into a situation, right? Without even understanding the consequences that come with it.
Facts.
Without deciding.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I'm really pinging off of what you're saying. Because it starts to make sense.
Yes.
That majority of us really slide into a situation and not decide in the situation.
Exactly.
So one of the examples that that came about, so when you're sliding more, this is towards the cohabitation of individuals where we end up staying with each other. Okay. And from the dating, getting to know each other first, and then starting to date, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves living with this with the individual. Right. So they said, well, how would you slide into a situation without knowing? And they had used the example. So it was it's a guy named Scott Stanley. All right. I believe he's like a professor, but he's like a very world-renowned in the community, in a certain type of community. All right. Well, let me not say certain type of community. All right. Within relationship type of community, to let you know the psychology behind ways that we move. All right. Okay. Okay. So he used the example of like leaving your clothes at a person's house. Like you start to come over there 3 times a week, spend the night 3 times a week, then five nights out of the week. All right. Then you start leaving your clothes. Then what ends up happening is your lease end up being up. You get what I'm saying? So then you are kind of forced into this cohabitation where you end up sliding right into a relationship because of the circumstance.
Wow.
And I was like, man, like,
wow,
this happened to me.
So wait, so if your lease is up, right? And I'm not trying to put too much thought into it, but why not just renew it and stay without you trying to leave your palace and go to someone else and just slide right in there?
Because of the convenience.
No. I get it, what you're saying, though.
Right. I know what you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
Trust me, I understand.
I get it. I got you.
I understand.
Okay. All right.
But because of the convenience.
Because of the convenience.
Yes.
But
see, you don't think that way. And women, that's why it's the difference between women, men, boys and men.
Okay.
Women and girls.
Okay.
Boys and men.
Yes.
Right. There's a difference.
Okay.
So in that, most girls that need to be saved, let's say, right?
All right.
Or men that need that help, right?
Okay.
They are always going to slide into this type of situation.
So the girls need help and then the boys need help. Yeah. They'll move. So if the girl need help, she'll move in with the man. If the boy need help, he'll move in with the woman.
Right.
All right.
And this is sliding.
And that's sliding.
Right.
I got you.
And then once you slide, you end up putting yourself in a position of uncomfort.
Right.
Or as he explains it, constraint.
Yes, constraint.
You get what I'm saying? And then I'm like, man,
that is facts. So, I have to drop the gems on that one. Experience.
So you started to constrain yourself because you find yourself not like, I didn't want to really be in this. Right. But you inconvenience
a whole week later, you realize a week later, it'll take weeks.
Right. So you started to
I got you.
Exhibit constraint where you're starting, to kind of fold, not even fold, but not even open yourself up more. So we end up putting ourselves in a more inconvenient stage or state, right? And we end up finding ourselves, when we find ourselves in the inconvenient state, we end up, like, of course, restraining ourselves. So we restrain ourselves in our emotions, right? We started, constrain ourselves in emotions with our actions, where we end up doing less. Well, you do that part, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have to do that part. Or you just start to fight against whatever's going on in the relationship.
You just triggered something. And what you just triggered to me, right? Why is it that we don't challenge each other more?
I love that word.
Like, I'm following you. I have this vision in my head. And I'm just like, so why we don't challenge each other?
Yeah.
Why we don't say, you know what? These are the expectations that I like. Let me rephrase, that I love, that I feel like it's a must have.
Right.
But guess what? You probably not there yet. I'm probably not there yet. But we're not going to stress over about it. I'm not going to put too much pressure on you. But let me challenge you. Let me tell you the goals that I would love for my husband to have. You tell me the goals that you would love for your wife to have. And then let's try to do it together.
Right.
Versus just going ahead and slide it on in. Not like you said, now you uncomfortable.
Right.
Now you not happy. Now you wish, I should have just stayed over where I was at, and it is what it is. But now you felt, hey, I'm here. I don't know, is it faking now at this point? After you slide in, is it faking, or you feel like the love will grow?
No.
Okay.
So with this, point I was wanting to make, how it becomes worse, in far as the relationship is because you think to yourself, it says to get to know someone. That's when I'm gonna get to know someone. And really you don't. You start hating the person.
Yes, because you really realize who this person is when you live with somebody.
So you start to learn more about the relationship.
Yes.
Right? And then you end up like, I really don't like
this person. Hello.
What?
Hello.
And then it says, don't marry unless you had to move in with them. And that, some people say that.
Okay.
But if I want to marry you and I think I should live with you first, no, I should get to know you first.
Thank you.
And I was like,
yes. You see the sliding?
Yes.
You see the difference of the sliding and deciding?
Right.
It takes time though, but I feel like we need to all be patient.
Facts.
I feel like we all need to slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
Like after this crazy freaking pandemic, everything went kind of stupid overnight. But I think that we all coming together and realizing, guess what? We have the TIME. And I'm on this no stress. All right. And I'm going to be keep speaking this. Even my kids, my 4-year-old, like, no stress. I'd be like, why no stress? He like, because I can, he basically would tell you, I will find another way to make it happen.
Right.
In his 4-year-old language, but no stress. So guess what? I have all of the time that God allowed me. And guess what? So I'm going to decide what I want to do. And then also in the midst of it, keep challenging each other and have fun with it.
Right.
You have to still keep having fun.
Right.
All right.
And then the last one I had was to test the relationship.
Okay.
For when it comes down to actually wanting to be cohabitate with an individual, you get what I'm saying? You'll end up saying, well, I want to test the relationship. And that's how you know you need to decide this situation, decide to move in with an individual.
All right.
And then this is where the challenge comes in at. You get what I'm saying? Where you feel as though you're working towards a mark.
All right.
And whatever that mark is, you say you need to test it, but you test it in an inconvenience type of way. And then I was like, man, this man here is like dead on point. So I want to go to your challenge word.
All right.
Right.
Go ahead. Let's go.
So with the challenging,
All right.
and I'm gonna say this, I actually met a woman before, a girl before, whatever.
Okay.
And when I was talking to her, I said I like to challenge the individual, and they was like, what do you mean?
All right.
Challenge. And I say I would like to challenge you to, let's say, a higher standard.
Right. Get out of your comfort zone.
Right. So I'm not trying to change you, right? But I'm trying to sit up there and see what you really about, because you say to me that you want a man, but when a man comes in your face and then say, well, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, not saying I'm forcing you or to be your dad, but just to change you for the better, right? Why is it a problem?
You know why is a problem? And hopefully this answer, what I'm about to say, is this, correlates to what you're saying. I feel that people don't want to take that mask off to see, so people can show you who they really are.
The man in the mirror.
So, but me, Miss T, gonna let you know, take this mask off, right? We all been there before, to where you shining, look beautiful, everything's perfect, all that honeymoon booth, whatever, right? We all been through those phases. But when it gets challenging, when you get vulnerable, when your day is not all sunny, now you have a cloudy day, up day, like, show me that part of you and teach me how to deal with you. Teach me how to handle you. Teach me how can we turn this negative into a positive. So does that have something dealing with what you saying?
Yes.
If I'm saying this, take the mask
right,
off.
Right. So that's the thing. Take it. And I thought about, I'm going to go here, the makeup. Right. And what I see it as is, when I challenge you to be who you really are.
Yes.
And not who you made up to be.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Because you can walk around with the confidence.
Right.
Because you're made up.
Right.
Right. You can walk around with the confidence because you got your girdle on, or the guy just got his new paste, hair paste,
all that, the body magics and everything.
You feeling confident.
You feeling confident. Right. You feel
but
good.
The challenge is, let me see you in your natural state and who you are really.
I like that.
And then from there, now I get to know who you really are on a regular playing field. You get what I'm saying? And as like my brother says, little surface deep. You get what I'm saying? I get to know you and be like, hold on. So you did that. So like one of my challenges is, especially today, is you. Okay, I'm gonna just go here. I'm gonna give it an example.
All right.
So I was talking to a female, and as I was talking to her, the conversation of cooking for the guy.
Okay.
Right. I'm not cooking for the guy. I'm a cook for my husband. I said, but how can you cook for your husband, but give your set? How you can only give that to how can you give the cooking only to the husband, but then you give the body to whomever you dating? That doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense. So I'm trying to follow you. So when she say the word husband,
right,
is she stating after I do?
Exactly.
Not to show him what you're about before the I do?
Exactly.
Okay, that's false.
Right.
That's backwards.
Right.
Okay.
So, and that's why it's so confusing.
Okay.
See how you had to, is this what she means?
Right.
Because it doesn't make sense.
I had to paraphrase.
Right. Right.
So I can.
So how does this make sense that you can cook? You feel like cooking is only for your husband.
So can I talk to the young girls?
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
So how you can only cook for your husband, but then give your body to whomever?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more important to give your body to your husband,
right,
than to sit up there and cook for a regular guy? Because cooking is nothing.
So okay,
wait.
Go ahead.
So then
I like this one.
So then you have your let's say the sexual. You put the sexual lower than the cooking, and I didn't understand that.
All right, now
go ahead and hit them, T.
So listen, I have to talk to the females who probably agree with her statement, right? And then again, Miss Tico give y'all my point of view. So number one, when you said cooking is nothing, cooking is something. Because cooking, how I was taught, is basically that's how you get to a man's heart. That's how you get to his stomach. That's how you just get to a man. So for me, cooking is everything. So I need to cook. And then also for, as like you said, the body, remember the conversation we had that people have sex nowadays and it has no value anymore.
Exactly.
So it has no value, but it goes back to what we said last time, which meaning, the man is the husband automatically before you said I do. Men are walking around because I feel that there are men out there who wants to be married.
Right.
So they already technically a husband.
Yep.
They just not your husband or he is not your husband. You get it? So you have men that are already husbands because they're walking around looking for their wife. So again, you have to get into the mentality of being a wife before you guys before you guys probably, exchange phone numbers, because as a wife, you automatically know to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So he's going to be like, oh, okay, I like you. And then you gradually and slowly get to know each other. But if you keep having that mentality to be a girlfriend, if you keep having that mentality to be single, if you keep that mentality
to be a baby mama,
be a baby mama or just be a fiance, if you don't dream bigger for you to have that goal to, I am going to be somebody's wife, you're going to repeat the same cycle and you're going to keep gravitating the boys. So females, all right, to those females, I'm not going to say nothing else, but females, like, you have to have the mentality of a wife. So guess what? You have to cook. Okay. And if you don't want to cook all the time by yourself, guess what? Do it together. So you have to have fun. All of this, what we saying in relationships, is work. It is hard work. But guess what? I still want to have fun every day. And that was something you stated. You said the word every day. And guess what? You have to do this every day. If not, guess what? This shit gonna fall.
Right.
It's gonna fall.
So are you valuing sex over cooking?
That's crazy.
So this is my thing. You should value the sex,
of course,
the intimacy,
of
right?
course.
Because you're giving your body to someone.
Yes.
In contrast to the cooking,
right?
I think you should be able to cook for whomever. You can cook for a homeless person, and it means a lot.
It does.
You get what I'm saying? It has a purpose. It has a place,
right?
But not just a place just for, let's say, to put it as equal to sex. I think you do the cooking first,
right,
and then the sex come later if he's deserving even of that.
Right.
But women did it opposite.
Okay.
They'll give their bodies to keep a guy instead of cooking for him.
Wow.
So they only want to cook for their husband. And then they'll be used up sexually. So by the time they get married, there's no more.
Oh my goodness.
That's one of the things. So this is how we end up sliding into certain positions.
I got you.
So when it comes, this is how we end up sliding into different dynamics, right?
Okay.
So with the sliding, they use this, let's say this type of
approach.
Sequence.
Okay, sequence.
They use a low risk sequence and a high risk sequence. So with the decision,
Okay.
right?
All right.
We end up using, what happens is these are the sequences. With deciding, the first thing you have is information, right? So the information is this relationship safe, right? The compatibility. I would say that.
You said it though.
I know
It was perfect.
it fell out my mouth.
At least you said
All
it
over the
right.
place.
You said it
Yo, I was just thinking sexually real quick, but I'm gonna get back to
right.
it,
And
right?
what's the button? Bring it back. Bring it back. Go ahead. Thank you.
You got a pressure, T.
Because I didn't know which one it was. There you go.
Okay.
It wasn't me again.
Okay, so the compatibility,
Okay.
is there a fit for the individual,
Okay.
right? As well as commitment. The commitment is this mutual. Are you going to commit? Am I going to commit?
Gotcha.
Now this is in decision making, right? So and then you make a decision, right? A choice. Give and also in that is to give other options. See if other options are out there.
Gotcha.
Right? Because now I have the information from you.
Right.
Now I need to see if I'm really like going to commit myself to this.
Right.
And I have to see if there's other choices that will offer me something better.
Right.
Right. So I didn't just jump into a situation.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
All right. And then the transition.
All right.
So this is when the transition becomes the sexual contact, the cohabitation, pregnancy, as well as childbearing and marriage.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And then the constraint is the structure, the morality. This is kind of different. So that's more deeper.
All right.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now I want to get to the sliding. This is
right.
the high risk. This is what most people put themselves in.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So in sliding,
Right.
guess what the first thing is?
What's
The
that?
transition.
Oh.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're right.
So it's
I
the
got you.
transition. So the first thing we do is sexual
sex.
contact.
Right. Which is an effed up foundation.
We don't make no decision.
It's no decision, no foundation.
Then we do the constraint, right?
Backwards.
You get what I'm saying? Then we try to structuralize this situation,
Right.
right? We make irrational thoughts. Think irrationally, right?
Yes.
And then we try to gain the information last.
No.
We try to ask the question last.
Now I found out we have no common interests.
Right.
Now I found out we not even having fun.
See, when I saw this, I was like, this is the majority of like my
Yes.
age group.
Yes.
This is what we all, because the first thing is sexual contact.
Right.
Like, am I smashing or not?
Right. And then it's like, why? But this is also, you know what? Since now we're trying to grasp this answer key, right? How are we going to apply it? But guess what? We have generations behind us. So maybe we can keep trying to force it on them. But like, look, listen to us. People still go do what they need to do. But they could be like, oh my goodness, like this is really happening. Listen to Geminis Gemz and all these other people that we're trying to be like, really give y'all information that let's work on it. Let's give it a try. If it's something different, guess what? We might get different results. So I'm open to something different.
Right.
All right.
So I just felt like this is how we, that's why I say we react and we don't respond.
Exactly.
We don't sit down and decide to date this person by asking them. Like, that's why I believe in asking an individual. And this also go to with your challenge.
Okay.
Asking them their background.
Right.
You know, where they came from.
Yes.
Have they been, raped,
Yes.
molested?
Right.
Have you, what was your childhood like?
Thank you. Ask those 21 questions.
Right. So in that, those 21 questions needs to be a plethora of things, right?
Right.
A plethora of avenues to get to know the individual.
Exactly.
Not just one thing. What is your favorite color?
Right. No.
You get what I'm
We
saying?
talk
Or
about
just like
deep.
generalize everything. It's just no.
No.
You got to go a little bit deeper.
What's
So-
your extreme? What gets you upset?
Right.
You know what?
Do you have anger problems?
Do you have any anger issues? Are you on any medication? Like, real talk. Like, what is going on? Like, what got you here?
Right.
And where do you see yourself going?
But a lot of people, I feel, don't want to be vulnerable, and they don't want to tell the truth about themselves.
And I asked someone that. I was like, what makes you vulnerable? Mm-hmm. These are questions. And that person was like, I never had nobody ask me that.
Right.
Well, guess what? I'm happy to be the first one too. Mm-hmm. Because this is what I'm on. And this is the language that I'm trying to keep finding from those out there who speak my language. Because if you don't speak T's language, we don't have nothing to talk about.
T,
What's up?
you got to speak their language too.
And no, the hell I don't.
I just wanted to see your response.
I didn't know what you was about to say. I was like, what? No, the hell I don't.
No.
I am not here to try to mold you. I'm not here to try to advance you. Listen, you already need to walk in with it, and then we'll grow together. So I'm past all that. I'm past all that. If I'm in the 12th grade and you in the 6th grade, there's no need for me to talk to you. But if you in college, if you already advanced and hey, you want to talk to me, then cool. But I am not going lower than what I'm already accustomed to.
So now you're talking about standards.
Now I'm talking about standards.
Right.
And it's okay. So you have to have those mutual conversations.
Right.
And of course, communication and honesty goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're not talking, if we're not spending time together, if I don't see who you are, if I don't come into your personal space, how in the hell do I supposed to decide? Mm-hmm. So I need your time. You need my time. It's no excuse. Oh my gosh, I'm that busy. You not that goddamn busy. Mm-hmm. We all got 24 hours in a day. So my family and friends, they laugh at me because they be like, why you put everything in your calendar? Because that's how my day is set up.
Right.
Like I have a time to maybe I need to talk to this particular person at that particular time because that's when we're able to talk. I don't just pick up the phone all the time and just press send. I don't do that. Certain people, top 5, I might do that, including you. But other than that, it's just out of respect. I really like, hey, can you talk on around this time? Yes, no, boom, and you schedule it. So time, TIME, will also help you decide.
Right.
Hello.
All right. So
Okay.
that's it.
Hey.
I think you done hit the nail on the head.
Hey, but it was something you also said. God dang it.
Which was?
I don't know if it was about this cooking and that foolishness, but not to say foolishness, but I feel like cooking and sex, is it equal? Of course not, because you know the pocketbook down there is more valuable. But I love to listen. Now I don't play games, but I like to prove a point. Meaning I'm finna cook for you, because you go fall in love with my cooking, you go fall in love with my baking, you finna fall in love with my time, my presence, my part. You finna fall in love with everything I have to offer.
So with that, right? I think they don't have any other value. So that value, see how you're saying that the cooking will win you over?
Yes.
And the time well spent will win you over.
Hello.
And I think people feel like they can't, their value is only subject to the box.
No.
You get what I'm saying? And then they
No.
cannot win a guy no other way. If you want to keep him, you got to have sex with him.
Oh my goodness.
And then
No.
the thing is, standards need to start to come back.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So with that, then you won't be able to be wooed by any individual that come your way, because you'll be like, hold on, let me cook for you. You start putting the little trap devices out first. Let me do this for you first. Let me do this for you second.
Right.
Let me put, and this is making a decision.
Yes,
Right.
it's helping you make a decision.
Exactly.
On both parties.
Right.
Both parties, right?
You know
Okay.
what? Let me see if she's a keeper. She has to
Right.
do this for me first. She has to do
Yes.
this for me first.
Right.
Then I give her what's in my wallet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
So you said the word test, right?
Right.
With the guy. What was his name again? I'm sorry.
Scott Stanley.
So Scott Stanley. So the test, because I'm trying to see if I understand it, because I don't want no one to just test me. So I'm trying to understand. So why you can't just communicate it with me and be honest versus saying the word test?
Right. So when he used that that concept, he was saying this was something that people say in order to stick around instead of move on with their lives. So they try to test their relationship by moving in. This was the cohabitation part.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
I'm going to move in with the individual to
Gotcha.
test our relationship to see if it can really work
Okay.
and stuff like that. But
Right.
really what it does is it puts you in a more of a bind.
Right, because we didn't know each other.
Right.
We did not know each
Right.
other before we moved in.
Right. So we thought we knew each other.
thought we did.
But this situation was convenient.
Right.
So then I
Gotcha.
moved in
Then
with
moved in within
so
a
we
week.
sharing
I
the
got you.
bills. I'm already have my clothes over here.
Right.
So we might as well just stay
Gotcha.
together.
Oh,
right.
negative.
So then now we stand together, you looking for an exit, but then you say to yourself or you say to other individuals, oh, I'm seeing like I'm testing our relationship to see if it really gonna work. No. You shouldn't have done that.
We shouldn't have done that.
Right.
No, negative.
So
I got
he
you.
wasn't talking about testing
Oh.
in any other regard.
Okay.
He was just really talking about the cohabitation part of the slide. Like when you slide into a situation, it's
Right.
because of it's convenient. And then he used the example of cohabitation.
So why people are rushing? What is the rush? What is the rush to slide versus deciding?
That's a
why
great question.
are we sliding?
Why are we sliding? Because the convenience. That's why.
Okay.
It is convenient because it's comfortable. We don't have to. A lot of people don't like to comb through a situation. They like to get through it. They like to cut through it. You get what I'm saying? Why comb through the situation instead of just going straight through it, getting it over with? Or just because we don't like to deal with our problems. That's how I feel. Like we sit up there and we are faced with a debacle, and then at the end of the day, we just try to elude it. We try to go around it instead of hitting it straight on.
But why is it so? Okay, so I'm following you, right?
Right.
So back to the challenge.
Right.
So who should challenge more? Is it equal, or do you feel like, you know what, males should challenge females more, or do you feel like females should challenge males more, or is it just we should challenge each other, period?
Last part. We should challenge each other, period.
Okay.
You should hold me to a certain standard.
Yeah.
As well as I should hold you to a certain standard.
Agree.
Right?
Okay.
So, and then in that, then we see if we are compatible.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So from that, I challenge you, you challenge me, and then we see if it works. I mean, that's the only way I see it. What about you?
I say yes, and I feel like, do you think it should be a stamp or due date? Say, hey, you know what? Let's give us 69 months. Let's do whatever we do 69 months with the mask off. I'm speaking with the mask off. I'm not speaking on this freaking, what is called, the honeymoon stages, all the butterflies, all the chemicals, all that. No, so everybody, let's come in with this mask off.
Right.
Okay, cool. So, hey, and let's rock it out for 69 months. And then let's reevaluate whatever that due date is and come back, and then we either have a green or a red. Red means basically this has to end. Green, you flip it over, meaning you want to continue to stay, and then we both share each other answer, and then probably keep continuing from there. But be honest. Even if you a red, and if other person has a green, it's okay. But like, dang, like, yeah, I don't think this working out, and those were the agreements, and keep it moving.
Right. I think the way that we come to let's say a conclusion to go to the green or red, we need to do a step back.
Okay, can you elaborate more?
Right.
All right.
So that step back is, you know how you can go, and I'm gonna use the dating example.
Okay.
Right. So you meet a person, y'all start dating. Y'all go out on dates. Y'all always find yourself around other people.
Okay.
I think that needs to end. I think there needs to come a point in time where you actually have individual time.
Gotcha. And you don't need that third, fourth, fifth, sixth
That's
party
what
for the crowd.
You don't need to
for
be
us to enjoy our time.
See if you can have a great time with
alone.
Exactly.
I love that. Yes, we do.
Okay, T. But But
I get
what I'm saying is,
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Oh my goodness.
But what I'm saying is,
that's how it's supposed to be.
I think it's supposed to be like that.
So why people need the distraction? Because I feel that
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this.
Ooh, help
it's
me.
because they don't have nothing to offer.
They don't have nothing in common though.
They don't have nothing to offer
To each other.
And I think we have. Listen, I don't know if I should go here.
Go ahead, because listen.
I'm a kind of go here, but I haven't really like looked into it.
Okay.
But
all right,
I really believe that the phone has messed up a lot of people creativity.
Okay,
right?
The phone.
Yes,
everything is on that phone. A computer in your hand.
Let me say this, and I've been watching, and I don't know how technically true this is.
Okay.
But whenever you are in the room with a couple,
all right,
the first thing you see is what? Them having the phone in their hand.
Most people.
Most relationships.
Yeah.
That when you walk in a room.
Yeah.
Or let's say you was the fly on the wall.
You'll see them. Either one or both.
And let me tell you where I pulled this from.
Okay.
When I am on social media and I watch the relationship, let's say not relationship means, but the like repetitive type speech.
Okay.
So basically they mimic whatever the voice is saying and they have their loved one inside of the video.
Yeah.
Their loved one is always on the phone. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo,
gotcha.
How come they just not watching TV?
Right.
He has his phone in his hand.
Right.
Not saying it's the whole time that they're spending with each other. Of course. But do they ever put down the phone?
Yes.
And create an atmosphere of fun.
So I went out to this restaurant, right? It's called Firebirds, right? Firebirds is amazing. And so I went out on a date, right? And so I love the atmosphere. Y'all go ahead and go to Firebirds, right? So I love this atmosphere. And I was like, shoot, come over and come, give me a kiss. Like, I love it. Like the ambiance and everything. I was like, what? I like it. Come on,
setting the mood
in a restaurant, right? Less than 5 minutes. Guess what was happening? We observing the restaurant. You have a lady just caressing her husband.
Yep, but she's older.
And she's older.
Yep.
Yes. You had this couple, they just hold their hands at the bar. Everybody is being more touchy feeling. And I was like affectionate. Then you had this couple who was on a date. Okay, listen, it was the opposite kind of date.
Okay.
But guess what? That lady got up off her side and she got closer to him. And I was like, look what's happening. And guess what? Somebody got proposed to the same night.
See?
I was like, I'm witnessing another pair of glasses. I call it new goggles. Like, OMG. Like, this establishment makes you feel this way. And guess what? This is some adult grown vibes. You understand?
Right.
Put the phone down. But I will say, I'm that mom. Like, listen, I have my kids, but I don't play, so my phone will be there. But if I need to answer it, I'd be like, listen, someone is calling. Do you mind if I have to take this call? It'll be a hot 30-second or less. Let me see what's going on, and I'll put the phone down.
Right. So I can say that's fine, right?
Okay.
But you're not in your phone the whole time.
No, I want to talk. I need this. I'm a reality person.
Right.
And if you in my space during my time and vice versa, I'm going to respect you. I'm going to respect your time because I want you to respect my time.
Right.
If you in your phone, I could have been doing other things. I could have been doing other shit. Okay.
Right.
But out of the respect, guess what? I love the interaction because if you in your phone, you missing the priceless moments.
Right.
I'm trying to create memories. I'm trying to create those priceless moments. So guess what? That phone gotta be down. I'm a reality person. I want to touch. I want to feel. I want to do all that.
Right. So, and I think love is like a chain reaction, right? Once the atmosphere is full of love, then everyone becomes like they start to exhibit it.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Especially if you're paying attention to the atmosphere.
Right.
That's why the ambiance is that way when you walk in, because it's setting the tone, it's setting the mood.
The tone.
But some people I think what they do is they don't even know what it feels like. Ooh. They never been introduced to it. So when they even step in that atmosphere, they're numb to it. They're just like,
let me tell y'all something.
Naive to it.
Terica, Miss T, TT, all whoever. Listen, I'ma tell y'all that feeling is real. And it's like, now that you experience that feeling that you always wanted, the key to it is how to keep it.
Right.
I don't want it to lose. Like, why does this feeling have to fade away? So now I told myself I'm not fighting no more. But I want to fight to really keep this feeling every single day. But I want to do it gracefully, peacefully, no stress, have fun with it. And if you want to meet me, listen, you go find me in Firebirds. I don't know what days, Sunday through Saturday, but T go be in Firebirds at least once a week.
Right.
And I'm going to spread that. It's like, as soon as you walk in, TP,
it's like
as soon as you walk in, the lighting is amazing. Yeah. The music is amazing. Yeah. The bartenders, they come to your table and pour your drinks in front of you. The food is amazing. Everything was amazing. And I was like, and somebody get proposed to? After all that, after I said, come here, come give me a kiss. And that person came from their side, gave me a kiss. And I didn't care where the hell I was at. We grown.
Right.
We grown. And it's adult establishment. No kids were there. It was very respectful. And then just like that, by us kissing, it trended just like that for the whole damn restaurant. Guess what? I had something to do with it.
Right.
And I know it. We did.
Right. So it sets the, like I say, it's a chain reaction.
Yes, I love it.
Chain
love
reaction.
is a chain reaction.
Right. So then once the atmosphere is set, is set, then everything will follow.
Hello.
Especially if somebody wants to receive it. And what I would like what you were saying was that you're trying your best to work on that.
Right.
You know, you're tired of the fussing, you're tired of the fighting, you're tired of the bickering.
Yes.
You're tired of just not having a great time.
Thank you.
And I think once you set yourself up mentally to say, you know what, I want to make this the best time every time.
Thank you for speaking to me.
Right?
Thank you.
You want this, you'll work on it.
Thank you.
And what I like about it is you working on it.
Yes.
And I think that's what we're missing.
Right.
See, we work to entertain our brain, but we don't work to we don't work to fulfill our promise, our purpose. We are working to entertain our brain and not fulfilling our promise. And I think once you put down the phone and stop going to it, you will start working towards a purpose.
Hey, it's a great feeling.
Right.
It's a great
when you start
feeling.
to really focus on this relationship.
Yes, every day.
That's what I'm talking about. And I think the old school people were doing that.
Yes.
I had a purpose to get up in the morning.
Every day.
Right. I had a purpose to work.
Yes.
You know, when a man go to work and he know he's going to come home to his wife.
Yes.
Baby, I know you had a long
day.
It's okay.
What?
You get what I'm saying? Everything going to be all right. I got your back.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Right.
That's what men are looking for.
Yes.
Women are looking for the barbaric men to take care of them. That's how I feel. Like you want me to take care of you. You want me to what'd you say?
You said like, I want you to take care of me?
You want me as the man to take care of you as being the woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ain't had no response.
Because I kind of went left and I came back. So that's my fault. Because my thoughts went elsewhere and I had to comprehend what you were saying. And I was like.
You know why?
Okay.
You know why?
Please tell me why.
Because you was over there when I said the soothing.
Yes.
And then I should have went on ahead and went there. My bad, T.
You know my mind. You got totally silent. I got stuck.
I know.
And I was like, that's the attraction. You took me to the theme park. Right. And then you tried to take it back from me. I'm like, wait, I was still in that thought.
My bad.
Okay.
I should have let you have that one.
I was like, if you'd have been quiet, I still would have been probably thinking. And you would have been like, oh, look God. And I probably wouldn't even know what that. I should have. When I caught it.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So when I say I'm being the barbaric man, being
All
the
right.
man in the house, being the man around the house, being the
Yes.
man to my spouse.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And when I'm that way, then the atmosphere of love is because I see it like this. When I walk in, I'm walking into my house of love, where I'm appreciated, I'm praised, and I'm honored.
Hello.
That, as well as my wife,
Yes.
as well as the kids,
Yes.
as well.
That's our safe zone.
Exactly.
Hello.
So I love the idea of it, but we have to fulfill it, and
Right.
the only way to fulfill it is to work on it
Every day.
every day.
Have fun with it every day. And then guess what? If you have a negative day, but by the end of that night,
Right.
it's gonna be a positive.
Right. So
Period.
the Bible talks about how the sun shouldn't go down on your wrath. So basically, I just interpreted, and actually, when I was dating a woman,
All right.
she actually kept bringing that to me, even though I would be upset. She's like, "I'm not gonna let the sun go down on our wrath, on your wrath, or my wrath." So I'm going to work to make sure this is right.
Every
She's
day.
she's not gonna allude. She's not gonna pause it. She's not
No.
gonna put it behind she's gonna approach it. We're gonna talk about it, and
Hello.
then are we okay?
We okay.
And then we move on.
We resume and let's keep having fun.
That's what's up.
Hey.
And then to me, like the fun is a continuous thing.
Hey,
like
I want to know what's next.
Right.
You know us
Adventurous.
Geminis. You know, we like, listen, I had to tell somebody that, hey, hold the hell up. Wait, I ain't got no kids. Why we ain't having fun? No, that's not the agreement. That's not the agreement. The agreement is to do it every day, especially when we can. Every day.
Every day.
So we great.
yeah.
We great.
So
All right. Life is that simple.
well, yeah, definitely. So you say build a trend. The reason why.
I think we want to leave on, I feel like this was a positive conversation,
Definitely.
you know, so I want us to test people to really say, you know what, like give it a try of what we're saying. Like go ahead and be like, you know what, I don't want to just slide into something, especially if you're not married, right? So if you're not married and you have kids, or if you don't have kids, but especially the ones who have kids, our kids are watching us. So it starts with us. It starts with the man in the mirror. So in order, again, to give different results, we have to do things differently. So why not try to decide versus slide if that's all we know? That's all we were programmed to do. But when we going to actually challenge ourselves, when we actually going to start trusting each other, because that's another thing. People don't trust one another.
Yeah.
And especially our black cultures, it's for whatever reason, and it's a lot of reasons. I'm not going to get into too much that with that. We just don't trust each other, and that's sad. But by us here in 2021, I feel that, again, in order to get different results, we should do stuff differently. And I think this is an example of, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this differently. So go ahead and decide versus sliding in.
Right.
All right. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, I think we end on that note. I didn't know how to start it off, but yeah, in order to let's say have a different outcome.
All right.
Yeah, you have to switch that's why I use the paradigm shift example. So yeah, you definitely have to change your approach to the relationship. So you can take this time out in your new relationship or the relationship you are in, right? And just change the dynamic.
Yeah.
And the way of doing it is making the decision right then and there.
Right.
Right. At this moment to put down your phone.
Yes,
Right.
right.
And to put down other distractions.
I love it.
To sit up there and pay attention to your relationship.
Right.
And create that atmosphere.
How about people go back to dating if they are married, right? Like when the last time they really dated each other? Not to say, come on, let me take you out so I don't hear your mouth because I'm going out with my homeboys, going out with my homegirls, whatever. Hey, I got to make time. You know, like go ahead and date. Like, you know what? Let's do a reset button. And then let's pretend like I don't know you. Like, make it fun. Be spontaneous. It's so many ideas to do when you're married. And I can't wait to get there. But I'm just adding to that.
Right.
Go ahead. I think it's possible. Everybody, I want you all Gemini Gems, we want y'all to do this. Turn your day from a negative to a positive. What do you have to do to get through your day, even if you have an effed up day? But before you go to bed, what did you do to turn that negative into a positive? So when you wake up, you hit another reset button. Go ahead and try that. I want y'all to do that for me. But that's all I have to say.
Definitely tap in with that.
Yeah.
Because that will bring the excitement, or that will bring a different outcome. Because that's what you're really looking for overall, is not to have a negative ending, right? But a positive day.
Right.
And from there, that's it.
All right.
Let's make a decision to decide, then to slide.
Hello, I'm on that.
So I'm your boy DP.
Hello.
This my girl T. And we Gemini Gems.
Yes.
That's Geminis with the S.
Yes.
That's Gems with the Z.
Z.
And what we do, T?
Hey, y'all, we dropped them gems.
Drop them gems.
Hey, have a great one.
Yeah.
Hey, that Thanksgiving coming up, y'all. I'm ready to eat. See y'all later.
All right.